boy, he brought him to Jesus.
Jesus looked at the boy, he held out his hands, and without a word, the boy gave him his lunch, all the food that he had. Jesus smiled.
Tell the people to sit down on the grass.
So the disciples went through the crowd again, and all the people sat down. Then Jesus stood before them and took the loaves in his hands.
Bless you, our Lord, our God, by goodness we have bread to offer. Fruit of the field and work of human hands, may it be the bread of life.
He blessed the fish as well. Then he broke the bread and fish and gave pieces to the disciples. They went through the crowd, giving everyone as much as they wanted. All of the people began to eat. They ate until they were satisfied. Everyone had their fill of bread and their fill of fish. Jesus, they've all eaten, but I still have bread left. They all say they have enough, but there's still fish to spare.
Take some baskets and go pick up the broken pieces.
So the disciples went through the crowd again, picking up all the broken pieces of bread and fish they could find. Each disciple had a basket, and each disciple filled it with pieces, 12 baskets full.
But there were only 5 barley loaves, and there were only 2 fish. And there were these 5,000 men, not counting the women and children with them, and all heavy in their food. Everyone is satisfied.
Go down into the shore and get into the boats and set sail for Bethlehem. I will stay in the midst of the crowd and join you later.
The disciples were amazed. Without a word, they got into the boats and set sail. Jesus stayed with the crowd and blessed them before he sent them on their way home. Then he made his way up onto the mountainside and prayed. Once there was a girl named Joanna. She was 12 years old, and like all 12-year-olds, she was full of energy. One day, though, Joanna got up and went down to breakfast and said, I don't feel very well. And then she was sick. Oh dear, Joanna, you'll have to go to bed. No school for you today. So she tucked Joanna up in bed with her teddy. Joanna was sick. She didn't want to eat. Her head hurt. I'm really worried. We should call the doctor. So Joanna's father rushed out to fetch the doctor. Although they gave her pills and potions, Joanna just got more and more ill. Eventually the doctor said, There's nothing I can do. I'm afraid she's gonna die. Joanna's mother cried. Her father cried. But then her father said, Wait a minute, I know someone who can help. And then he rushed off. Meanwhile, Joanna got worse and worse. She moaned. She groaned. and eventually she stopped breathing and died. Everyone cried. But suddenly Joanna's dad came rushing back with someone else. It was Jesus. Why are you all crying? She's not dead but asleep. I'm sorry, I don't think so. She's definitely dead. I'm a doctor and my brother notices is dead. Jesus sat beside Joanna's bed and prayed. Then he took Joanna's hand and said, "Little girl." Immediately, Joanna started to change color. Then she opened her eyes. Then she jumped out of bed and said, "I'm hungry." For something to eat. She is well again. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. She was dead and now she's alive. So they gave her something to eat and Jesus went on his way. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
I was sure you could help. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus. I feel great. Well, I've never seen anything like that.